So, you've got an idea. Maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a business, but you want to get it online. The problem, the whole tech side of things feels, well, kind of scary, right? If that's you, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to walk through how to build your very first website using WordPress, and I promise it's way easier than you think.
Does this sound familiar? That feeling of just being completely overwhelmed? That's a direct quote from someone who is right where you are now, just hearing the word WordPress and thinking, nope, that's for professional coders. But hang on, because we're about to change that. Okay, look at this number, 43%. You might be thinking, 43% of what? Well, this number is the reason why building a website is no longer some exclusive club.
That's right. Almost half of the entire internet runs on WordPress. Think about that for a second. This isn't just for huge tech companies. This means millions of regular people. Bloggers, artists, small business owners, you name it, are using this exact tool to build their dreams online. They're doing it, so can you. So let's just pull back the curtain and get rid of the mystery. First up, we're going to talk about what WordPress actually is and why it's pretty much the perfect starting point for anyone. The official term is Content Management System, or CMS. But let's be real, that's just jargon. Here's a way better way to think about it. You know how you use Microsoft Word to write and format a document? Well, WordPress is like that, but for your website. It gives you buttons and menus to add text, upload photos, and change designs, all without having to look at a single line of scary code. Okay, this next part is super important because it trips a lot of people up. There are actually two different kinds of WordPress. There's WordPress.com, which is kind of like a beginner-friendly service, but you don't have a lot of control. Then there's WordPress.org. This is the one we're talking about today. It's the real deal. It's self-hosted, which means you have total freedom and control. It's the gold standard for anyone who's serious about their website. And why is it the gold standard? Well, for starters, the software itself is totally free. You also get access to, get this, over 59,000 plugins, which are basically like apps for your website, plus thousands of free design themes. You have full control over everything, it's built to be friends with Google, and if you ever get stuck, there's a huge community of people out there ready to help you. All right, feeling a little better about this? Good. Now, let's talk about your starter kit. You might be picturing this long, expensive shopping list, but what you really need to get started is actually super short and surprisingly cheap. This is it. That's the whole list. You need a domain name, that's just your address, like mycoolblog.com. You need web hosting. Think of it as the little piece of land on the internet where your website lives. Then you need WordPress itself, which is free. And finally, about an hour or two of your time. That's it. For what you'd spend on a couple of fancy coffees each month, you can have a legit website up and running. Okay, you ready for the fun part? We're about to build this thing from start to finish. And we've boiled it all down into a super simple 7-step blueprint. Seriously, anyone can follow this. And here is our roadmap to getting you online. We're going to choose hosting, grab a domain, install WordPress, pick a pretty theme, add some essential plugins, create our main pages, and then, the best part, publish our first post. See, it's a straight shot from having an idea to having a live website. So steps 1 and 2 are all about claiming your spot on the internet. You'll pick a hosting company and sign up for your domain name. And here's a little pro tip. A lot of hosts will actually throw in a free domain name for your first year, which makes getting started even cheaper. Now, this is where you're going to feel like a tech genius. Most hosts these days have what's called a one-click install. You literally click one button and boom, WordPress is installed. Then for step 4, you pick a theme. This is what controls how your site looks. And with amazing free themes like Astra or Cadence, your site can look professionally designed in seconds. Next up, plugins. Remember, these are like apps for your phone, but they add cool new features to your website. For any new site, there are a few you absolutely need. You want one to help Google find you, one to keep hackers out, one to back up your site just in case, and one to make sure it loads super fast. And the best part? All of these essentials are completely free. All right, to make your site look legit and build trust, you need a few key pages. You need a home page, which is like your front door, an about page to tell people who you are, a contact page so they can get in touch, and don't forget a privacy policy page. And hey, WordPress actually has a tool that helps you create one, no sweat. And that leads us right to the last, and maybe the most important step of all, hitting that publish button for the first time. I love this quote. Every single expert you look up to was once a beginner, nervously hitting publish on their very first post. That click is what makes it all real. Okay, so you've built the site, but now you want people to find it, right? Of course you do. So let's do a quick lightning round on something called SEO, or search engine optimization, to help your new site show up on Google. Here are 5 simple things you can do right away. First, install that SEO plugin. Check, you already did that. Next, you'll change one setting to make your links look clean, which Google loves. Then you'll connect your site to a free Google tool. Focus on writing useful stuff for actual people, and make sure your site is fast. Just doing these 5 things will put you way ahead of the game. Now, I know this has been a lot of information, and it might still feel a little bit like a theory. So to wrap things up, I want to share a quick, real-world story that just proves how possible all of this is. I want you to meet Sarah. She's a teacher, loves to cook, and had absolutely zero tech experience. None. Following a guide just like this one, she sat down on a Saturday, and by Sunday evening, her food blog was live for the whole world to see. She just followed the steps. And here's the key takeaway from her story. Sarah said she kept waiting for the perfect time to feel ready, but she realized launching her site before she felt ready was the best move she ever made. There's no perfect moment, you just have to start. There's an old saying, a year from now, you'll wish you had started today. And it's so true. The tech isn't the hard part. The hard part is just deciding to take that first step. Just think about where you could be a year from now if you started this weekend. So that's the question I want to leave you with. You have the blueprint, you know it's not expensive, you know it's not that hard, and you know people just like you are doing it every single day. The only question left is, what are you going to build?